People says that confidence is not something that you are born with. It is something that you build. But I do not agree with that statement because confidence is something that you are born with. Because the default state of a child, the default state of the guy who is just born is confidence. For example, when you see a guy whose age is 1 year old, who is 2 year old, then you will see the face of him. You will see that guy having a confidence. That default state of that child is confidence because he will do whatever he want. He will cry so much, he will shout so much, he will yell so much, he will do whatever thing he want to do, and he will not care of what people might think of other. And he is extremely confident guy. He is extremely confident child because he do not care of what people might think of him. Even though he don't know how to talk, he don't know how to feed himself, he don't know how to walk, but he is the most extreme confident guy in the world because the default state of the human being, the default state of everyone is confidence. And probably you might ask yourself a question that if the confidence is the default state of the human being, then why am I not having confidence? Why I lose my confidence? Even though the default state of the human being is confidence. It is because you have added insecurity. You have added insecurity. As a result, you lose your confidence. As a result, you are underconfident. That is the main reason, right? And let me tell you that people will give you the advice that to become a confident, you have to just go outside, you have to talk with the people, you have to get more and more rejection, you have to get more and more failure. Thereafter, you will be the most extreme confident guy in the world. This is what the people advice will be. But for some people, this advice work and they become more extremely confident. But for most of the people, people are not immune with rejection. People are not immune with a failure. And as a result, when they face this situation again, they become less and less confident because they are not immune with this situation, right? And let me tell you that why you lose your confidence is because you added insecurity. Let us understand in a deeper way. For example, when you were a 12-year-old, at that time you got opportunity in a school that you will given or you have to speak in front of the public. You go in front of this, you go to the stage, you start speaking in front of the people, and you were making lots of mistake. You were literally getting so much, you were getting blank while speaking in front of the public. You were literally fumbling so much and you were literally hesitating so much in front of in by talking in front of the public. And as a result, people start making fun of you, people start creating joke of you, people start laughing at you. And as a result, this all the negative feeling, this all the negative emotion added in you. And because of that just one event, because of that one experience, you become underconfident, you lose your confidence. Before that you were extremely confident guy in the world, but after happening this one situation, after happening this one negative experience, one negative event, you lose your confidence, you become underconfident, right? And what you really need is that you need to unlearn, you need to subtract, you need to remove this all the insecurity, this all the trauma that you are having. This trauma or insecurity can be that you are not good enough, you are dumb, you are stupid, or you do not deserve to talk in front of the public, or you do not deserve public speaking, and this whole stuff kind of thing start adding in your mind. And slowly when you say this same thing again to yourself, it naturally becomes the part of your identity. It means it becomes the part of who you are, right? And if your identity is someone like you are so much mad at public speaking, or you are not that much good enough, or you are so much underconfident, If your identity is this, then it will be very hard for you when you encounter with a situation where you have to talk in front of the public, where you have to talk in front of the people, because your identity is opposite as compared to the situation, right? That is why it is very crucial for all of us to remove this identity, to unlearn this identity, to unlearn this insecurity, to unlearn this trauma that we are having when we were child, when we were in teenager, right? So let me give you the solution. What is the solution of this? So the first solution is that you need identity audit. It means you need paper and pen, and you have to ask yourself really hard question. The question can be like, from when I learned this identity, from where I learned this identity, from where I learned that I am underconfident, from where I learned that I am not good enough, from where I learned that I am stupid, I am dumb. You have to ask yourself really hard question. And who taught me this identity? And is this identity correct or wrong? And what I need to unlearn? What identity, what insecurity, what trauma that I need to unlearn in order to become the best version of myself? And you have to ask yourself really hard question. And what you really here do is that you are building a self-awareness, that from where, from when, and how, and is it correct or wrong. This all question you start questioning with yourself, and you build a self-awareness, and you need to unlearn this identity that you are having. And second solution is give evidence. For example, if your identity is someone who is not confident, who is underconfident, and it is your identity, right? And as a result, you say to yourself that I am not deservable to talk to that guy, to that girl, or I am a loser, or I am not capable enough to talk in front of the public. This is your identity because you are not confident. You are underconfident, right? So what you really need is that you have to give yourself evidence. You have to encounter yourself with a situation where you have to talk in front of the public, where you have to talk in front of the people, where you have to, from which you will gain your confidence, right? You have to encounter yourself with more and more situation which is contrast to your identity, right? Which is to start in front of the public. This is what you have to do. And slowly your identity of underconfidence, being not confident, will fade away, and it will remove, right? So let me summarize. The first solution is that you need identity audit. It means you have to ask yourself really hard question. The second thing you have to give your is that you have to give yourself evidence, that if your identity is that you are not confident, then you have to encounter with a situation where you have to talk in front of the public, where you have to talk in front of the people. This is what you have to do, right? That is it for the video. Bye bye.